Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, everybody, how we doing? We doing all right? Thank you, Luxy Collective, for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate
now
you.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
And also, thank you, Ezekiel, for becoming a member as well. I'm going to have a little something for y'all because I got some things to say. But thank you.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Ezekiel gifted 5 memberships. So if you were one of the people who received a gift of a membership from Ezekiel, type Ezekiel in the chat and give him a round of applause. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna give the members a treat because I'm probably gonna go over my impromptu appearance on Hamp's channel. Shout out to DJ Hamp and his channel. Much love to his channel. Cause they was in the chat room, you know what I'm saying, yelping quietly. I heard them look quiet yelp. They was yelping, you know, it was modest. They yelped. Quiet yelping. Mm-hmm. Oh, Londi, where you in Tokyo? Hey, konnichiwa. Thank you so much. So I deserve no praise. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I still appreciate you. You gonna get told you appreciate me. Still gonna get told that. But thank you. So, you know, I wanted to come today. No glasses today. I actually forgot them. And then once I realized I forgot them, I said, you know what? We're going to rock no glasses because I actually like the way I looked yesterday on the panel. Because sometimes I get tired of the glare from the ring lights and it be getting on my nerve. I still are going to wear glasses because they are blue blockers. They block some of the UVs that come off of the screen. But I wanted to talk today. And maybe I should have went over my time on Hamp's channel, but I will go over that. I don't know if I'm gonna make it members. I'll probably make it members only. Do a live stream and make. I don't know, whatever. But I want to talk about what was the point? I need a question answered. I need this question answered. This is the question of the day. I need to fill in so bad. My nail shop. Man, yes, I'm gonna have to find another nail shop. I don't want to find another nail shop. I'm gonna have to though. Anyway, this is the question of the day. If feminism is so great, why are women still unhappy? Because in the interest of full transparency, I had a conversation with my sister the other day, and this was the crux of it. Girl, yes, because the nail shop that I go to is awesome. It's always like the guy that do the nails. He do an awesome job with the nails. I am not even gonna lie. He do an awesome. I don't really want to find another nail shop, but I'm gonna have to find a backup nail shop. Because why y'all not answering the phone? Anyway. Here, let me flesh out the reasoning and the thought and the premise behind the question. The modern woman argument is that women are not going back to the 50s to be traditional. And the reason that the women are not going to go back to the 50s to be traditional is because the women of yesteryear, our grandmas and so forth, great grandmothers and so forth, were always caught up in unfavorable relationships. They were always caught up in relationships where they were being abused, being cheated on. We have heard this narrative, yes, that the women of that time only stuck in those long marriages and things of that nature, not because the marriage was good, not because they loved each other, not because, you know what I'm saying, but only because the women did not have resources. The women didn't have a way to support themselves and things of that nature. So they depended too much on the men that they were married to. So that if he did them wrong, they would unable to do anything about it, even if they didn't like. Now, we understand that this is the argument that is made by so many women. So women fought for the right to work, the right to vote, the right to be included in the workforce, the right to own land, the right to inherit, the right to own properties and assets, things of that nature, right? Women fought to be included in various different industries to work. Women can buy homes, women can buy cars. No one is asking women where their husbands are when they are out making transactions, when they go to the bank to open an account. No one asks where your husband is. Women have fought for their independence. Women have fought for their financial freedom, right? I want to know if y'all are with me today. So with these newfound freedoms, with these freedoms, with the fruit now of the labor of feminism, why y'all still be in relationships getting your head knocked between the washer and the dryer? Why are you still in relationships getting cheated on? Why are you still in relationships for years and years with men that are not productive? Men that are either verbally, emotionally, or physically abusive, so you say. Men who don't really care about you. Men who don't really value you as women, that don't really love you, that don't really support you. Why are y'all still in these situations? Because I thought you said that the reason that the women of the past was ever in them situations is because they did not have the resources or the ability to accumulate resources that you fought for and that you have now. And that the women of that time did not know their value as women. But now you do. So you have money, you have resources, you know your worth as a woman. You can make your standard. But you still in the same situation that your Mima was in when she was your age. Let you tell it, right? So then, what was the purpose of feminism? What was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of striving and fighting against your men? What was the purpose of standing your ground? What was the purpose of getting money and you gonna be a boss and you can't know, what was the purpose of this?
I said, as long as you got your own house, as long as you got your own transportation, and as long as you got your own income, it don't matter what a ninja got to say.
So now, if that's true, if as long as you can take care of yourself, then it don't matter what a ninja got to say. Why y'all still caught up? These seem like some little house on the prairie problems to me. This is suspiciously looking like some Western frontier pioneer Oregon Trail problems to me. Looking about like color purple problems to me. Looking about like turn of the century problems to me. Looking like Mississippi problems to me. Looking like 1932 Birmingham, Alabama problems to me. Huh? You did all of that for feminism. And you're still in the same situation. And
you don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
You don't find that suspicious? That don't shake you none. That don't. Huh? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. Because we here in 2024, every one of these celebrities or reality TV show women or women who have some type of recognizability in media are always talking about how they getting in these relationships with these men. And the men don't treat them right. And they stay 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15 years. And they're caught. Let them describe it. They're caught. Inescapable. from these men. But ain't that the same thing you said Mima was going through in 1956? Didn't you say this sound like some civil rights problems to me? Didn't you wasn't the Martin Luther King March on Washington is happening here? Y'all said that the only reason a woman was ever caught up with a no good somebody of a man was because she did not have the wherewithal, she did not have the resources, she did not have even the ability to accumulate the resources to get away from such a man. But now you do. You told us you were bosses now. You told us that you don't need no man for no money. That's what you said. You said that you don't need him pay nothing for you. You would like for him to pay, but you don't need it. And if he do anything that you don't like or that you feel devalues you in a relationship or what have you, he's out of there. So how do y'all get caught up in these bad relationships for so long? And then if the part that get me is y'all tell folks that you could not get out. Why? Why you can't get out? If this is 2024 and a woman can apply for just about any job, a woman can autonomously and unilaterally decide where she wants to live, where she want to work. She can get on any public transportation and go anywhere she wants. In the United States, they're not going to accost you. They're not going to ask you where your husband is. They're not going to ask you no questions about why you by yourself and who should they call to, see about you and who own you. They don't, nothing like that. I can go right now and go to the airport and book a flight and get on a plane. And that is not one of the TSA concerns, whether or not I'm married and whether or not my husband know I'm getting on this plane. Nobody asked that question. Nobody asked that question. If I want to go to a bank and open up a new bank account, nobody's going to ask me about my husband. Nobody's going to ask me, well, is it okay with your husband? Do your husband know that you're down here opening up a bank account? Let's call him to verify. Nobody's doing that. If I can go to the car dealership right now, and as long as my credit is all right and I got enough money, I can go in there and sign those papers as a functioning adult. And the dealership is not gonna call nobody to verify whether or not I got the right to be there and do that. Are we following? So women, now you live in a society that you fought to live in, to where legally, no, as long as you are a legal adult and you act sane when you go places, these authoritarian figures is not asking who your daddy or who your husband or what man is in charge of you. Nobody in any authority anywhere is asking any grown woman what man in her life has the authority over her so that they can go over her head in order to do anything. So with all of this latitude, how you still having the same problems you said Mima was stupid for having? What good did feminism do you? If feminism is so great, why are y'all still unhappy with it? Why are y'all still unhappy with the outcome of your life? You should be the happiest women in the world. American women, particularly Black women, because y'all fought for feminism and to come out from under any obligation to be under the protection or orders of Black men collectively. That is a part of Black female culture. It's a part of Black culture. Black men even know that Black women do not respect them and hold a contempt for them, as a matter of fact. Black men do not have any rights that a Black woman is bound to respect. None. She don't have to respect his manhood. She don't have to respect his masculinity. She don't have to respect nothing about him. In an age where you can be with a man and then you can leave him at will. Nobody's holding hostages. Nobody's holding hostages. What man holding you hostage? Huh? Them men not holding you hostage. So what good did all of it do you? To the point where you will fight tooth and nail not to be traditional anymore. And your argument is that you're not going back to the 50s and the this and the that to be underneath the thumb of a man. But you are underneath the thumb of a man. Be that as it may. You fought for all of this only to get online and tell somebody you'd rather deal with a bear in the woods than a strange man. Because men are so dangerous and men are so, you're so deathly afraid of them at all times. So afraid of strange men that you will go on Tinder and tell one to come to your house and knock the sonic rings out of you. You're that scared of them. We live in that age where you can get on an app, and as long as he cute and say yeah, y'all can be hunching in less than an hour, right? And nobody gonna openly call you a slut because you fought against slut shaming. You told folk that this was your body and you can dispose of it as you will. And why do you have to face the stigma of being a whore just because you want to have the freedom to sleep with the men that you want to sleep with without a commitment? We in an era where every time you turn on Kendrick Lamar's internet, there's a woman with her entire vagina and booty available for the world to see. She twerks it, she puts it in the camera, she smiles when she do it. She want a lot of likes and attention and clicks and views and hearts and all kinds of stuff for it. She don't want nobody to say anything mean to her or to try to get her to be more modest or anything like that. Right? So how? With all of this striving that women did, that your foremothers foolishly did, how is it now in 2024 impossible for y'all to not have the problems that you said Mima was having in the 40s? Because you said Mima was stupid. You said Mima didn't know her worth as a woman. You said the men that, Papa was no good. Papa was a Rolling Stone. All of, you tell us that the men are manipulative. We're going to go to a little bit early commercial break. After these messages, we'll be right back. Because I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. In order to receive some of the best body butter and personal care products on the market, period. All right. I'm going to need y'all to not only go to ashkicking.com, but if this is going to be your first order, then please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson as well. This is awesome body butter. It's very light. It's super absorptive. It goes right into your skin and keeps you moisturized all day long, keeps your skin glowing. It smells so awesome. Any of the scents that you get, awesome product, very quality. They also have other types of moisturizers for your face, lip balms, and even deodorants as well. So you want to go ahead and get everything that you need for the summertime, because I know we're going to be outside and we're going to have all our beautiful skin visible, and it's got to look pristine. So if you want to keep it looking its absolute best, go ahead and click the link at the top of the chat for ashkicking.com. Okay. Don't know how many likes I need, but I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to, please go ahead and hit the like button for me. Thank you so much, Mr. TY says, because they like massa now. Thank you, Drew. Say, get out of there, CC. Thank you, Ezekiel, again. Say, hit the like button. Thank you, Black Goku. So they want to go back to the 50s when it's beneficial for them. In other words, they want to do what they want to do, but the men are supposed to shut up and do what they're supposed to do. Thank you, Steve, for your contribution. And thank you once again, Ezekiel, for 5 more memberships if we get to 600 likes. So thank you so very much for all of the support. So I want to know, how is it that y'all are still having these problems? You claim that you're being manipulated in these relationships. But if the man is dusty, undereducated, they don't make enough money to do nothing, they can't tell you what to do, how are you being manipulated to remain in a relationship and or situationship where he doing you dirty? I want to know that. Shout out to the big sis, the big little sis. How you doing, Miss Nika, for the contribution? I am so grateful. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Shout out to little big sis. If y'all are over here and not subscribed over there, I don't know what to tell you. I know most of my subscribers are subscribed, but if you happen not to be, please, please, please go over there and support the little big sis. She be over there cooking. All right. Just got through cooking. So definitely give her a subscribe and some support. But I want to know, how is it that y'all maintain in these relationships where these men is doing you dirty? They whooping on you, they cheating on you, they having babies on you, and you and let you tell it you can't leave. That's the part that get me. Y'all stay for so long in a climate where you swore to God you did not have to stay with them. If they act a fool at any point in time, you have the means and the wherewithal to leave them where they stand. So why don't you do it? How is it that you are getting caught up with men that literally are Madden King somewhere? You pay him to stay there. You getting your head knocked between the wash and the dry. At least Mima was getting her bills paid. Let's talk about that part, because y'all want to talk about how bad Mima had it. First of all, it's a lie. But even if it were true, I'm coming from the standpoint that even if that were the truth, Mima had all her bills paid. She had a house. He wasn't making her rent nothing. Mima had a house that all her kids was raised in. Bills paid, mortgage paid, land paid for. Kids taken care of. Food in the house. Mima ain't wanting for nothing. So if she was getting a little skibbity pap upside the head, she would get at least she would get taken care of. Y'all getting y'all head knocked between the wash and the dry and got to get up and go to work and put 50-50 on it. Tell me something. Tell me something. Huh? In an apartment that's too small for you and your 3 kids. He go in there and hunch on you on that air mattress. See, you got an air mattress with a hole in it. And he won't go to Target and get down. He won't go to Walmart and get down. He won't even so much as go to Walmart and get the little air mattress little repair kit and put it on there. He popping you upside the head and going to another woman's house in your car. He riding in your car to go to his other woman's house where he can stunt, and he don't even put no gas in it when he come back, and you come in there, get your head knocked between the washer and the dryer, and you gotta pay your own rent. Y'all fought for something different. That's what I was told. I was told that you fought to get out of that kind of situation. That you could never. That's what the young women say, right? I could never, right? Y'all bosses and everything. But a man do you dirty and you stay there. And when we ask you why you over there, taking all of this stuff that you swear, y'all come up with a million excuses. I didn't know my worth. I was just young. I didn't know I didn't deserve that. Really? All the feminist speeches that women have given, all the feminist books, all of the feminist rhetoric that's all around, and you didn't know that it was something wrong with some man putting his foot all up your butt and skibbity paps upside your head. You didn't know your worth. Didn't all of the old hyenas from the late 1800s fight for you to know that? And in 2024, how many centuries got to pass before you can figure it out? You had ancient Reconstruction era hyenas fighting for women's rights at the same time when we was fighting for civil rights and fighting to be viewed as human beings under the law. Shout out to Sojourner Truth. Ain't I a woman and all that foolishness. They fought tooth and nail. Those women fought tooth and nail to prove to the world that women had an inherent value and men had better see it, or else. And you mean to tell me in 2024 you didn't know your worth? You didn't know you wasn't supposed to get backhanded in your mouth? You don't know that? And when you do get backhanded in your mouth, you don't know how to leave. How do you know? Sometimes you just be stuck how? You stuck how? You got your phone glued to your hand. You realize that in order to get jobs, don't nobody walk around and canvas no more, right? You realize you ain't got to leave the house to look for a job. Or am I tripping? Every application and interview process just about happen online. Yes? So you ain't even got to sneak out of the house to go put in no application nowhere. You can do all that just like how you spend all that time going through his phone to see which one of these chicks he cheating with. You can go through your own phone and set up job interviews. He ain't even got to know you got a job. And I don't know what y'all think y'all had in a job for. He been begging you to work for the last 3 years. So what you had in your job? He wish you work so he can mooch off of your money. And you won't get up and do it. So you ain't gotta hide that you're working. He already come sleep on your couch with your name on the lease. You know how to go delete a baby, but you don't know how to go through the eviction process? You can Google that. I'm trying to figure out why are y'all still, if you fought against the patriarchy, you had women's liberation, you had sexual liberation, you had financial liberation. Women have the freedom of mobility. See, this is what I'm talking about. Women fought primarily for mobility. Mobility in her personal life, autonomy. She fought for the right to move around in this country without being harassed or accosted simply because she was a woman. She can move from city to city or state to state. Even she can go and get a passport in her name without anybody else. And she can go from country to country if she would like. So how is it that with all this newfound mobility that women have, you can't go nowhere and you still stuck with these dumb, and this is coming from what they say. They call me and dusty and dumb. Y'all are not educated very well. You know, you don't have much going for yourself. For all of, hey, I ain't seen you in a long time. What's going on, Charles? How you doing, sweetheart? For all of everything that you fought for and all the freedom that you have, and for how stupid these men are, how they still trick you. If you're more educated, if you're more educated than the average black man and you're smarter than him and you're able to be entrepreneurs, you're able to open businesses, you're able to be upwardly mobile in society while Black men are virtually standing still. You get on here and you talk that talk and you say that rhetoric. But somehow these dim-witted fools of men are able to just enrapture your mind and get you all twisted up and connected, and you can't get out. Can't you see I'm so trapped and I don't know what to do? Can't you see I'm so trapped, so in love with you? Should I listen what you say or listen what your folks say? It's a tough decision to make. 'Cause I don't really want to lose you, but I don't want your folks to turn me over to the hands of the law. I guess they think that I'm not good enough for you. I can tell the way they act with an attitude. As it flows through my eyes, I feel the hurt inside as I reach out to you, 'cause I'm so confused. Oh, I'm trapped. Like a fool, I play the game. I can't get out. You see, I'm trapped. I'm showing my age. Real bad. That song is called Trap by Colonel Abrams. It's like an 80s song. That's my jam, too. Y'all trap. But what good did it do? If we as Black women don't understand the failure of feminism right now, then we are lost completely as a group of women. Huh? If we don't understand that the ideals that we embody now and the ideals and the values that we have passed to our daughters, that we tell other women, if we cannot see with our eyes the actual destruction, we don't have families anymore. And y'all women, Black women in particular, are so invested in being right and so invested in, well, it's the men's fault because the men didn't do this and the men didn't do that and the men failed over here and the men failed over there. You're so enraptured with pointing the blame at them and dodging all accountability and responsibility for everything that you can't even put that to the side for now. Put your head down and say, what do we as the women have to do to get it back on track? We're going to trust that the men can come together and figure out what the men need to do. But how do the women need to get on that program? Because never let it escape you that in order for things to change, in order for there to be a new system implemented, men have to do that. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. If we're going to talk about a new system being created, men create systems. Women do not create systems. So we cannot actually change that because we can't create a new one in its place. The system of feminism and its parent, which is white supremacy or white survivalism, and all of its derivatives, that system was created by men. It might not have been Black men, but it was created by men because women don't create systems, men do. And those systems were created for a reason. And we're living the reason that it was created. So in order to create a new system, men have to do that. That's men's part. develop the system that has to replace this one because this one is corrupted. And when I say system, I don't even necessarily mean the overall country. I mean us as a people, our subculture, our biology, culture, and environment for us. The men actually have to do that. Women cannot do. We're incapable of it. But that doesn't mean that we don't have a job to do. That doesn't mean that we don't have a fix to make. Just because it's not that fix doesn't mean we have no fix. Our fix, our job as women is to support the building of the system and then support the system after it's built. The men cannot properly build that system. They cannot properly enact a bioculturon for us if the women are off. They can't do it. If the women are off, it can't be done. And this is not an ineptitude of men. It's just that it takes both of us to work together. And the women are so caught up in not being blamed for any of it that you're not even saying we're at such a critical point. It doesn't even matter whose fault it is. We just need to get it together. So what can the women do as women? How can the women resolve the women problem, the women's side of the problem? So when we talk to women about getting themselves together spiritually, when we talk to women about getting yourself together for your health, for your family, for your appearance, for your dwelling, and let the men worry about the mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth. Let them, because that's the building part that we can't do. But we can do the internal part. And because we refuse to do that part, this is why it can't come together. We refuse. The women refuse. The women refuse because we so scared to be blamed, even in part, for any of the failing of the Black community as a whole. We run. We hide. We cower away. We're too interested in not being at fault, when the reality is we're well past whose fault it is. We're well past that. We're well past, well, it was white survivalism who gave birth to. We know all of that part. We know that. The question now is what we gonna do about it. Now that you know, what do we do? And when we say what to do, it's not like the solution is not given. When we say what to do, women, when we say what to do, when we say this is where we start examining and measuring your life according to these 10 areas of life, when we tell you that you've got to start having more introspection and insight, when we tell you that you've got to use your hindsight properly to reevaluate mistakes and events of the past, when we tell you that you've got to overcome your oversights and get rid of the different falsehoods that are within your thinking in order to be able to have good foresight and be able to sort of plot your life better than what you've done in the past, when we tell you that these are the solutions, and part of that is to evaluate your femininity and your value as a woman, to readjust your perspective of that, what makes you valuable and what makes you not valuable, what heightens your value and what lowers it. Women need to reevaluate that, because y'all are coming from a standpoint where only your sexual market value count and then the other 4 things don't. And then you squawk and cry when you can't secure a marriage and a meaningful relationship because you have ignored your personal, your belonging, your friendship, and made a mockery of your sexual market value. So when we tell women that these are the pathways to the solution, when we tell you this is where you've got to go, when we point you in the direction, now you want to say, I'm a mammy and a pick-me, and I just want you to gravel at men's feet, and we don't have no self-respect. We want women not to have self-respect. I'm so tired of y'all being stupid. It wear me, it make me, it just make my brain itch. I'm gonna speak a little bit on it. When I was on Hamp's panel yesterday, and I went back to just to see the goofball comments that I know Hyenas was making in the chat. For the most part, they was low-key kind of quiet. But some of them were not. Not all of them were quiet. And the amount of just personal digs that they were trying to take, which don't make no difference to me on a personal note, but what the reason I'm talking about it is because this is how low vibrational you think. Y'all don't have no other critical thinking at all. And I've never accused Hyenas of being highly intelligent, but I did think that you had a sort of cunning and a sort of cleverness. And you don't. You don't. You're dim-witted. Your comprehension skills is bad. And this is why you stay stuck in your life. Tried to be in the chat talking about some, she just putting on for y'all now because we remember the angry man days. And so do I. You don't want that kind of smoke, no way. All that you told me is you've been hate watching me for 6 years. And you're a hate watcher and a hate supporter. That's all you've been saying. Because I certainly don't remember you. I remember the angry man days. I remember the BGS day. Y'all don't want that kind of smoke. It was this man right here. It was this man right here. Look where he at. I seen his name just a little while ago. Where he at? It was that man right here that gave me the nickname Fish Grease. Him right there. Because he remember the angry man days too. I ain't nobody hiding on this internet. Ain't nobody hiding on Kendrick Lamar's internet. I just bite you with my pinky up now. That's all. All I did was, bite you like this. Back in the day, I was running roughshod through that boneyard, gathering y'all together. That's why you remember it. It was memorable, wasn't it? It was memorable how I was biting all y'all hyenas' heads off. It was memorable. Thankfully, you remember that. You stayed down in the peanut gallery where you belong. It ain't went nowhere. I'm just more interested in getting the lionesses out of the boneyard than I am biting a hyena. But never let it escape you that I will bite you. You don't want the fish grease of the past. You want Crimson Cure. You want this right here. You don't want 2019. You don't want 2020. You don't want 2018. You really you don't want the Coliseum. You don't want that energy. You can't handle that energy. You can't handle Manosphere Mania energy where we used to shut it down at the end of every year. You don't want that. You don't want me to just randomly pop up on a BGS panel and bite your head. Y'all don't want that energy, know it. You want the one that wrote the book so you can be helped. That's the one you want. You don't want Kendra D fish grease. You don't want her. You want Crimson Cure. The one that wrote Reclaiming the Black Feminine. So you can read it, so you can get some help, so you can call and get coached. That's the one you want. The one that's going to call you beloved. Not the one that'll look you dead in your eyeball across this internet and call you every B. I was rough. I did not mind cussing you flat out. I really didn't. And some of y'all are new here and y'all may find that difficult to imagine. Please don't. Y'all don't want her. Y'all didn't even like her. That's why you remember it. That's why you remember it. I have a reputation here. The hyenas of the boneyard of old. The OG hyenas remember Kendra D. See, they didn't. Crimson is new. That's the last like 4 years. Right. The OG hyenas remember. Go back and ask them. Go back and ask your hyena masters. Who is Kendra D for real? Go back and ask. You want this one. The one that's going to sit in the head wrap and call you her babies. Because the young lionesses, y'all is my babies. I hope y'all don't mind that I see y'all that way. Y'all my babies. I love my young lionesses. And I love my lions too. But my baby lionesses, I love them. Because they trying. Thank you, Peaceful Life. Said inflation changes things. It's now an epidemic of broke, retired feminists trying to shame me into paying 100% of the bills. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you, Welt. Said since you heard me with that air mattress with the hole in it. Thank you, Mogul. Said great content. Thank you, Sister Beshua. Said our foremothers engaged in the wrong fight. They chose a white woman so-called liberation movement over the civil rights movement with men. What we see transpiring is a result of that. Exactly. Thank you so much, Willie, for the super sticker. Thank you again. Ezekiel said hit the likes. Thank you again, sister said. Shahrazad Ali said, Black women have not been under the control of Black men for the last 500 years. The patriarchy Black women claim to fight is for the white women's fight against her men. Our foremothers were hoodwinked. Exactly. And the bad part about it is how many years, how many generations later, and you still ain't figured it out. See? Thank you, Ms. Lawrence at Amen. You always come so correct. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Black by Design said, good evening, Miss Kendra and chat. I love it when I catch you live. A little extra slaw on the side for me with my hyena burger, please. And thank you. Libations all around. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much, United South, for the super stick. I appreciate you. Thank you again. Sis say I love shutting down hyenas with facts in class. Not gonna lie, I do too. And you know who? Shout out to Take Heed with the message, cause I was listen. I'm gonna come back to these super chats for a second. I don't know if Take Heed is listening, but I was a proud lioness mommy yesterday. And I'm saying lioness mommy not because of age or because I'm trying to belittle the sister. I'm only saying that because I pioneered the space that lionesses feel comfortable to be who they are and do it unapologetically and say what they need to say and not be intimidated by the sisterhood of hyenas, because we not scared of them. So shout out to Take Heed. Shout out to the sister. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Lawrence. The hyenas revel in delight for the 50 years of failed women-led policies have virtually destroyed us, and vote for policies that destroy Black men and their seed. I wish we could visually separate lionesses from hyenas. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mark. Said, well done, sis. We seen the evolution. Appreciate you. Thank you, Still Black. Said, like button, y'all hit it. And thank you, Chris. Said, the hyenas are willingly voting for Dave Weinstein to deliver Black people from empty promises. Not Weinstein. I'm referring to DJ Hamp. He had a show with Tommy Sotomayor yesterday, and it was a very long show. I only showed up in the last few hours of it. Very briefly, actually. I wasn't on there very long. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and head on out of here. But I appreciate everybody coming through and supporting. Please join the membership and hit the subscribe button as well. Like and subscribe, right? If you have not, once again, I'm your hostess, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.